Alright, what's going on everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video. It's Friday, it's time for the weekly vendor reset. So you know what that means, local from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division. I will do something slightly different this week, so I thought I would mention that right off the bat. When I go to a specific DZ checkpoint or safe house on the map, I will show you exactly where I am, especially for the new players. Had a few comments saying, could you let me know exactly where that is? I'll just quickly show you as I scroll in and tell you what to buy. For the veteran players that are looking basically for mods, because you do have classified gear, I'll put a little I don't know, I'll put a little symbol or something beside it in the description just so that you can scroll to that specific item, but you guys should know what you want by now. Anyways, as for the new players, I'll continue to do the same thing as always. Now, down here in the terminal, there is a classic M44 carbine for sale and a classic RPK-74. I checked my PC character, so that's how I know about the carbine. I would pick that up if you don't already have it, if you are a fan of bolt action. Other than that, electronics, knee pads, I personally don't see a use for them, and that is it. I own all of the other blueprints. In terms of the exotics, remember, as of next week, you will no longer get these in your exotic caches, so if you see a good roll down here, pick it up. Alright, for the Pecan, Vicious, Meticulous, I'm already going to pass on that. The Historian, you would have to optimize that way too much for a skill build because you could make it for one. Destructive Talented on the Cassidy, same thing with that. The Centurion, I mean, Expert and Deadly is nice if you don't have one and you really want one, but you have to optimize this quite a bit with that score of 259. Honestly, I would just wait. The vendors eventually will sell a nice one. Navy MP5N, Competent, Accurate, Dominant, nope. Alright, so for those of you that still like to see this stuff, it will be labeled as gear, unless something stands out. For Hunter's Faith Mask, this is pretty good if you are a fan of Hunter's Faith and you didn't get the classified version. 1267 stamina, 7.5% enemy armor damage, and damage to elites. Only pick this stuff up if you're going to fill in a build, because when the drop rates increase after 1.8.1, it'll be very easy to get classified gear, making most of this stuff kind of obsolete, other than some of the high-end pieces and the mods. So we'll see how that all turns out when the patch drops. Alright, anything else downstairs? Striker gloves are good, 1253 firearms, 12% assault rifle damage, crit damage, and health on kill. Get rid of that for crit hit chance. If you don't have classified striker gloves, I would pick those up for now. And final measure, decent as well. I would change marksman rifle damage to assault rifle damage because that's my weapon of choice, but you could always do it to SMG damage, LMG damage. The choice is yours. It's pretty low for crit chance, pretty low for first aid self heal, low extended mag. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's everything for downstairs. Upstairs in the base of operations at the Dark Zone Gear Vendor, for those of you that like to stack your exotic damage resilience, there is a stamina mod here, 262 stamina and 2.5% exotic damage resilience. For those of you that like to fight back against Predator's Mark, things like that, I would go ahead and pick a few of these up. Alright, at Camp Clinton, I'm sure everybody knows where that is, but thought I would show you anyways, like I said. Let's see, if military M9 and whatever the other weapon is, I do own it. Stamina mask blueprint, and I think there's a high velocity mag blueprint if I'm not mistaken as well. For those of you that like to use high velocity, over to the exotics up here, nothing too special. Deliberator isn't too bad, 22% enemy armor damage. Talented, destructive commanding, I mean, you could somehow work that into his skill build if you really wanted to, but honestly, I would just wait. Other than that, the rest of these, they're not the greatest. The Pecan's not too bad. 22% damage targets out of cover, determined, sustained. Get rid of sustained, and you have yourself a skill build Pecan. The Historian, capable, skilled, 161% headshot damage. Get rid of capable if you wanted to. Again, skill build Historian. Quite a few skill build exotics this week. The weapons, I did scroll through these, nothing special at all. In terms of the gear, again, Like I said, classifieds are coming soon, but for now and for new players to fill in your build, honestly, as of up here, there was really nothing too special. I'm just giving you guys a quick little rundown of it, just so you can see for yourselves. However, there is a prototype firearms mod, 258 and 1% crit hit chance. People have been asking for those, so anything 250 and above, I will point those out and show you guys where they are. So if you're looking for that, go ahead and pick it up. Other than that, that's everything up at Camp Clinton.
No worries. Come back another time.
See you Friday. Okay, at Madison Stand Safe House, he's got one item for sale here. It's a prototype stamina mod with 260 stamina and 3% skill haste. Alright, now making our way into the Dark Zone at the 5th Ave DZ checkpoint. She's got one item for sale here. It is a prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit chance. 2% is a max roll, so if you're running pulse, I would go ahead and pick a few of these up and put them on your build.
Next time, come ready to buy.
Or what? Alright, up at DZ06 on the west side of town at the West 53rd Street DZ checkpoint. Come on over to the vendor. And she's got one item for sale here. Prototype firearms mod, 263 firearms with 3% skill haste. Okay, over on the east side of town now at the East 42nd Street DZ checkpoint. If you come to the Dark Zone vendor, he has a prototype firearms mod for sale. This time 262 firearms and over 3,000 health. I would go ahead and grab a few of these and throw them on your build.
Oh, you'll be back.
Yes, I will. Alright, if you make your way up to DZ08 at the East 58th Street checkpoint, he's got two items for sale here. First up, there's a Inventive backpack, 1157 firearms. Most likely you're going to put that right into electronics. Over 13,000 skill power, and you'll have to keep the bleed resistance in the minor, but overall not too bad of a Inventive backpack. Then Accomplished knee pads. The only reason why I'm pointing these out, 1219 electronics, you can swap that into firearms or stamina. Over 15,000 health, damage to elites, bleed resist, blind death resist. If you want to stack up on your field proficiency caches, especially if you are new to the game, so you can get yourself some gear, some Phoenix credits, all that stuff, and obviously a chance at a bonus item, whether it be an exotic or a piece of classified gear, throw these on and go ahead and hit up some stuff in the light zone or even in the dark zone if you really want to, but these do help, so pick them up if you don't have a pair. Alright, in the DZ08 safe room, there's one item for sale here. For those of you that are still a fan of Savage Gloves, they are not the greatest in terms of score. However, 1249 firearms, they have crit hit, 16% crit hit chance, assault rifle damage, pistol damage. Get rid of the pistol damage for crit hit chance, and you have yourself a pair of Savage Gloves if you really want a pair. I know some people are still a fan, so I thought I would point these out.
Sooner or later, you'll be back.
Alright, the final stop of the week is all the way up in the DZ09 safe room. She has two items for sale here. Again, just a friendly reminder, only pick these up if you don't have the classified versions and you need to fill in this slot for your build. First up, we have a FireCrest vest, tongue twister there, 1259 stamina, 5.5% enemy armor damage, 4% all resistance. You can reroll that for health, 52% ammo capacity in the minor. So overall, it's really not a bad chest play whatsoever. And on top of that, FireCrest knee pads, 1260 stamina, over 16,000 health, blind death resist, disorient resist, and shock resist in the minor. You could keep that as is, or you could add damage to elites in the minor. Reroll it however you wish. The choice is yours. But please keep in mind that after 1.8.1 drops next week, next Thursday, the drop rates for classified gear will increase around the clock. So again, I mean, if you have the funds, go ahead, pick this stuff up if you want to fill in your build. But other than that, that is what we had for sale this week in the division. Not as good as the past 2 weeks, but hopefully next week will be better. Regardless, if the video was helpful in any way, shape, or form, please drop it a like. It does help the channel out quite a bit, and I do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more division content, as I do put these out every single Friday. Don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. Other than that, have a great week, agents, and I'll see you soon in the next video.